Welcome everyone to the Game Informer Show. I'm Andrew Reiner. Today it's my pleasure to meet and introduce actor Jeff Goldblum. We're going to be talking about him reprising his role in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Welcome to the show, Jeff. Nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Andrew Reiner. It's so nice. And you're in Minnesota, right?
I am, yep. The Midwest.
That's so nice. So nice.
Looks like you're out in the middle of a desert or...
They've mocked up this, well, I don't know what you see there, but they've mocked up this lovely thing with cacti, I believe is the plural for cactus. And yes, it looks like I'm in the middle of a Roadrunner cartoon or something in the
Hopefully
south.
There's no coyote around here, yeah.
I hope not. I love Tumbleweed. The name of my production company is called Tumbleweed Productions. Tumbleweed Pictures.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Nice
I'm only making that up. But I've got a nice glass of water here in the I'm parched here in the desert.
So you keep going back to the role of Ian Malcolm, and I love that you're bringing this consistency to the universe. And what is it about this character that keeps bringing you back?
Well, I tell you, the people with whom I work are very nice. My experience with it from the very start was peachy, you know. I met Steven Spielberg, read that book by Michael Crichton. That character is an interesting character, I think, and interesting for me over the decades and over several attempts, you know, in different ways. A person of intelligence and humor and fun and integrity and courage, I believe, and all sorts of things. He's multifaceted. It's a better fellow than I am in real life, and an interesting person to keep exploring and investigating.
I'm curious, when you obviously when you go into a movie role, you get a script and you learn about your character's motivations and maybe talk to the director and writers and everyone involved. How is that process in doing a game when you're reprising your role as a character?
They've sent me all the lines, and they're usually, there have been in my couple of experiences with this, several, there's a lot to say that they've written for me, but I meet them when I get there to the lovely sound studio, and we start recording, and that's about it. We go through, we start, you know, laying down tracks and doing the lines, and they're very smart, the people who have written these things and work on these things and produce these things, and they've allowed my character to elaborate on his views and, you know, ways of speaking and jokes and things, and it's fun. But we usually do it like that. It's really kind of off the cuff for me. It looks like they've put a lot of work into it and prepared and seen the movies and studied it and come up with a lot of interesting ideas and things, and then I just go and you know, see how I can help out.
And I recently read actor Mark Hamill, when he reprised his roles in the Star Wars sequels, you know, set decades after when he played Luke early on, he would dream up kind of like the path ahead for that character, like, you know, that he played. And he was kind of shocked when he read the script, finding out where where they took the character next. Do you ever think about that? Like where Ian's future would go? Is that something like you have a vision in your mind and then it's maybe different than what you read on the script?
It keeps evolving. That's a good question. It keeps evolving, and now that you mention it, yeah, my preparation really for these games is doing these movies. Luckily, I've gotten a chance to be part of a few of these movies now, not only the second one right after the first one, but then in the last one, which allowed me to think, even though I had one scene in it, Colin Trevorrow and A.J. Bayona, who worked on it, I worked very conscientiously on what I was thinking about, what I had become, what I had done in between, in the intervening couple of decades. So I thought a lot about that, what my life is like off screen, of which there's plenty that you don't see. And then in this last movie that we did that I'm eager for you to see next summer, it was a lovely variation of a part for this character, and there was much talk and thinking on my part about what I've been through, what I'm up to, what I intend to do, who I am, and what I, yes, might do after this unexpected and another eventful encounter. And likewise with these games, you know, it's I like to think about where this character could go, what he could ultimately contribute to society, and what he winds up thinking about.
This role you're playing for the game in Evolution 2 kind of wedges in between Fallen Kingdom and the next movie you're talking about. I think it's a year after Fallen Kingdom. Can you kind of give us a kind of a rundown on what we can expect from his motivations, where he's at in his life at this point?
Well, I don't want to give anything away, but I think I've been more than ever active in my science, and my science has expanded from chaos theory to, things environmental and long range, climate change things I'm sure I've gotten involved with, and looking at the big questions of humanity and ways that I can move the ball forward while I'm here. The best ways to be effective. So I think I've been involved with it, people who are thinking about those things too, and written a few other books, and I'm constantly thinking and trying to contribute in that vein, and rather robustly and feverishly too.
And your role in the first game, it was very voyeuristic. Whenever the player would like release a T-Rex for the first time, you would be there with a warning, right? Like almost like you had kind of a view screen set up of these people on the islands, and you'd see them doing something that you're like, I need to alert them. What can we expect kind of from your role in this game? Are you still the voice saying, hey, you want to go with caution here, or is that role expanding a little?
I think it expanded a little. I'm still partially that, the kind of Jiminy Cricket or Rod Serling or host, which says, I see what you're doing. I don't want to clip your wings, but let me cryptically maybe, or pithily, offer this word of wisdom and perspective, because I believe I have experience and something that may help you and be wise for not only you, but all of us overall. So I still offer those things with some humor and, conviction. But at the same time, I participate in the goings-on of the game.
And now, since the game is about being able to build, your own dinosaur theme park anywhere in the United States, I'm going to ask you to do, if you're up for it, a little role playing here, putting you in the shoes more into John Hammond. If you could build your own dinosaur park, if you were given that ability, where would you build it in the United States?
That begs the question: am I John Hammond before the events of the first movie and the second movie, or after? Because I think John Hammond evolves into somebody who may not, as Sam Neill's character says at the end of the first movie, Mr. Hammond, I'm against this park, and he says to him, I am too. So he has decided, even at the end of the first movie, to abandon this idea, the flea circus and the entertainment idea, and the fantasy that he finds himself enmeshed in. But if I was a John Hammond, who, for the purpose of your question, still was interested in making a park, where would I do it?
Where would be your ideal location for a dinosaur amusement park?
Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. Geez, that's a good question. Pittsburgh, I like. Maybe that's just me talking, because Jeff, is from Pittsburgh, and I'd like a reason to go back there, but I don't know. New York City, they have so many things. Central Park is a beautifully designed park, and I don't know that I could say, but if I was John Hammond,
for a dinosaur there.
Yeah, if I was John Hammond and had a bad eye and still was coming up with bad ideas of one kind or another, I love New York City. I love California. I love Northern California. Maybe Alaska is a very beautiful wilderness that I visited once, and might be room for a park there. I wouldn't visit it upon the Hawaiian Islands. I'd be very careful. If I were John, I'd go to therapy and school and figure out if this was a good idea.
Well, hey, Jeff, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about the game. Can't wait to see what you bring to it this time around. Like I said, the first time around, it was a fantastic role, and we love that you're reprising the character here. And best of luck with the movie release next year.
You're so nice, Andrew. Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me on. And the people, I have high hopes for it all. The people who did this were just terrific, and I enjoyed doing my stuff in this game. So I hope people enjoy it.